What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the auction house in College Football 25 Ultimate Team, where it's at, and what you guys should be looking at. Now, I do want to say this. The market is going to be pretty down today compared to where it's going to be tomorrow as a whole. Now, with the Legends cards specifically, they should go down throughout today, but they're gonna probably reach the minimum price by, tonight and not go down anymore. Now, who are some of my top targets for you guys today? Well, let's start with this guy right here in Hunter Henry, who I'm gonna buy for 87,000 coins and resell for 105,000 coins. Hunter Henry is one of the best tight ends that we have right now in the game. I mean, I think that's a fair assessment. But since the new Legends cards did come out today, the new Legends promo, he is being pulled today. So his price probably going to fluctuate a little bit. But his price, is down a little bit from where it was. But overall, I mean, isn't down a ton. And that's the one guy right now that I really like in Hunter Henry. But his price is still fairly high. Some other guys that I do really like from this Legends drop that I might pick up, Famous Jameis. Now, you don't even have to pick up the 91 overall. You could even pick up these guys right here, the 89 overall. You could probably honestly snipe today for right around like 40,000 coins probably. He is one of your better budget quarterbacks in the entire game. And it's just slightly worse than the 91. Really not by a whole ton, just that slightly worse, but definitely a card that I really do like. Same thing, for the running back position. Kenneth Walker's 89 overall is an absolute stud, an absolute beast. And right here, you guys can see for 42,000 coins, you could pick the card up. Now, I'm not going to do that. But again, he's a really, really solid running back for 42,000 coins. Obviously, if you want to upgrade and pick up the 91 overall Kenneth Walker, he is still extremely good. Like one of the best backs in the game for 135,000 coins. Probably going to go down, throughout today. Now, defensively, here's what you are looking at with the cards in this drop. The only Legends card that we had defensively was Luke Kuechly. His price isn't going to go down and might even go up. It's something we're seeing pretty commonly right now is the LTDs go down right away and then end up going up throughout, the next week or so. But look for these cards probably tonight into tomorrow. There's not a whole lot to look at right now as far as those cards are concerned. So the three cards that I think are going to go down a ton, and you might be able to snag them for super cheap. Jameis Winston, Hunter Henry, Kenneth Walker. Those are the three cards that I'm personally looking at. And for me, I really do like the LTD center that came out today. And I know it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but if I can snag Reese Dismukes for, less than 400,000 coins, somewhere in there, I will buy the card. I really like what the card gives you on the field. So that is definitely a guy that I'm personally interested in. Now, it doesn't get lost on me that we have seen a punter and that I think have seen a kicker as well. Now, these are cards that I would not overpay for. I mean, Cairo Santos is good. He's the best kicker in the game, but I would not overpay for him. He is a card that probably will go down, throughout today. And he is a good kicker, but he's a kicker at the end of the day. So if you do want to upgrade your kicker position or punter position, these guys probably will lose some value today, right? Like these cards are being pulled in today's drop, should go down slightly. So again, the guys, Jameis Winston is I don't want to say must have because he's not. But right now, Jameis Winston, I want to say, is the best quarterback I think I've used this year. And that's a bold take, but from his throwing ability to his ability to run the football, I think Jameis Winston is my best quarterback so far in the game. And the fact of the matter is, again, you don't even need the 91 version. You could even go down here, and even the 87 version, guys, is definitely usable. And if you could snag the 87 version, maybe snipe for like 20,000 coins, I have no issues with that whatsoever. The card is extremely good and is extremely valuable. Definitely a card that I personally am a fan of. But it works all the way back up. And same thing with Kenneth Walker. Right now, when you're looking at running backs in this game, there are some good ones that I like and I'll talk about. But Kenneth Walker is one of the better running backs. And his price, by the end of today, might be like in the 120,000 range. And if you look overall at the running back position, Taj Brooks is relatively cheap and might even be the cheapest running back, I believe, in the game, if I'm right on that. Taj Brooks is the cheapest running back in the game. But Kenneth Walker might be the more I don't want to say most complete running back, but he might be. Like good speed, good tracking, good juke. He might be the most complete running back in the game. And so, like I said, it's not even the top level Kenneth Walker. You go on down to the 89 overall Kenneth Walker. It's a card that's going to lead you to a lot of success if you do snag him and run the card. So I haven't seen their prices fall off too much so far today. And so that is something that I'm going to kind of continue to monitor. But it's just so interesting that if you look at these Heisman Moments cards, this is only the second drop. So, you know, there was really no defensive cards to kind of depreciate in value, which normally, you know, we will see next week, like next Sunday, Williams and Dennard will go down in price. But offensively, these cards, they haven't really yet, but we'll see a pretty I don't want to say steep drop, but we'll drop in Kenneth Walker and Jameis Winston and Hunter Henry. Now, one thing I do want to say, this content drop from top to bottom is not that exciting. It's not. You know, the LTD is a center, okay? And the two other cards are defensive players, okay? So I feel like less people are opening these packs compared to like packs that had Jalen Milroe in it, for example. And so that's something to kind of keep in the back of your mind when you're talking about auction house crashes or when is the auction house going to drop a little bit. You kind of got to realize and know, well, today we really didn't see, you know, a lot of exciting cards. And because of that, the auction house is not going to drop a ton. And so in future weeks, Jameis, in future weeks, Kenneth Walker will probably continue to go down in price. And they have a little bit today. But that is the one thing that if you are holding onto these cards that is working in your favor, is the fact that like today's drop, it's fine. But I just don't see a ton of people opening these packs today, which I don't blame them, guys. Honestly, I wouldn't be opening these packs if I were you guys either. It's just like Dennard. Williams is really good in my opinion. Probably the best card came out in today's set. But it just comes down to like, is it the most exciting content drop? To me, it's just not. I mean, you guys can let me know if you disagree, if you really like this content drop. But that's kind of my personal opinion on it. So definitely Jameis, especially the 89 overall is a card I'm a massive fan of. Even 89 Hunter Henry is a guy you can pick up. But when I'm looking for you guys, I think the 89 overall cards are probably your best value-ish cards in the entire game with Jameis, with Hunter Henry, with Kenneth Walker. If you can snag these guys for cheap, like even a Jameis for under 170, a Kenneth Walker for under 130, those are the types of options that I would start looking at. You know, maybe if Kenneth Walker gets closer to 120, then you're really talking for one of the better running backs in the entire game. As far as for myself, as far as for my squad, I held on to Jameis Winston. I had the Oregon team chemistry. I was like, do I sell him? Do I hold on? I held on to him, and I don't really care. Like, I'm fine with it. I'm gonna play champs with him. But as far as the rest of my squad, guys, I'm really not going to pick up anybody from today's drop. I'm just not. Maybe next week will be the day I target Dennard. Maybe next week will be the day I target Quinnen Williams. But I think today's drop is actually going to cause the auction house to go up over the course of the next couple of days. Like right now, I don't think it's up very much. But I think with the mediocre, and I don't want to say it's a bad content drop, but I think with the mediocre content drop and the fact that we don't get content over the course of the next couple of days, you could see the market slowly rise. And so I said this earlier in my Worth It video, but a guy like Rondale Moore, I think, personally, is going to go up a little bit over the course of the next couple of days. I do. So, I'm still listing my Rondale Moore. I have an extra one. But I would not surprise me to see his price go up. Guy like Nolan, obviously, you're going to see on Friday his price go down. But I expect his price to honestly rise over the course of the next couple of days. I think he's one of the best defense tackles in the entire game. And if he's going to be 190... Whereas, is that a snipe? I think it might be a snipe, honestly. No, it's not. 197. Whereas, you know, a guy like the new Williams is going to be double the price. I think you could see his price rise quite a bit. And so that's kind of why today, if you want certain cars, you can buy them. I don't think it's necessarily a great buyer's time. I don't think it's necessarily a great time to sell. But I do expect the market to slowly rise over the course of the next couple of days. So just kind of be careful if you do want to build a squad, especially with the Heisman hopefuls and the Heisman moments. Those are the two things specifically, because the stories of the week coming out Wednesday, that doesn't give you a ton of time. But with those two players, or those two sets, I should say, you could see their price rise in a big time way. So just be a little bit careful. If I'm you guys, if you're waiting or selling your squad right now, I don't think it's a great time to sell your squad whatsoever. And I actually think the market could rise over the course of the next couple of days. So if you do want Jameis Winston, I'd buy him at some stage today or even tomorrow morning. I wouldn't wait a whole ton on him. With Kenneth Walker, same thing today or tomorrow morning. Same thing even if you want a guy like Taj Brooks, guys. I would not wait a bunch on Taj Brooks because I think the card is good, and you guys are seeing he was 100,000 coins the other day. He's already up to 134. So, again, I'm not telling you guys to buy necessarily today, but I do think the auction house is going to rise over the course of the next couple of days. So if you are wanting to play the game a ton, let's say this week, in my opinion, it is a good day to be buying cards instead of selling them. So even this card right here in Rondale Moore, you can see I bought one for 250, one for 260. And I actually have this one up. I'm going to actually take him off and maybe even relist him for more because I do expect Rondale Moore's price to go up over the course of the next couple of days. So that's where I'm at. You guys can let me know your thoughts on where the market's at right now. I do think today is a good day to buy. Corvette, I think today is a good day to buy. However, the market in the next couple of days could rise and it could get extremely interesting if you are looking to build a team in the next couple of days. And more importantly, it's with the Heisman hopefuls and Heisman moments. Like I said, the stories of the week cards, I don't think are going to go up a ton because Wednesday's content drop is not that far away. But drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.